Welcome to our channel! Have you ever wondered how Chinese farmers meet the skyrocketing domestic global demand for frog meat? Today, we embark on an extraordinary journey into the world of frog farming in China, a booming industry that has captured the world's attention with its ingenious methods and staggering scale. Frog meat is a delicacy in many cuisines, particularly in parts of Europe, Asia, and the Caribbean. As these cuisines gain popularity globally, the demand for frog meat also increases. In commercial frog farming for meat, the two most commonly raised frog species include bullfrogs, Rana catusbayana. This is the most commonly farmed frog species for meat due to their large size. They can grow over 20 centimeters long and meaty legs. Bullfrogs are quite hardy, adapt well to captive environments, and have a relatively short 5 to 7 year lifespan. The second is edible frogs, Rana esculenta. This is a group of green frog species originating from Europe and parts of Asia. They are of moderate size, usually around 10 to 12 centimeters, and have tender, sweet-tasting meat. Edible frogs are well suited for high-density farming. Water quality is a critical factor in successful frog farming. The water must be treated to remove any harmful chemicals and pathogens. This involves regular testing and the use of filtration systems to maintain clean and safe water. Additionally, creating a suitable environment involves ensuring that the water is rich in oxygen, which can be achieved through aeration devices. Aquatic plants can also be introduced to help maintain water quality and provide natural hiding spots for the frogs. Females are then strategically introduced into the breeding tanks with the males. As the males clasp onto the females, fertilization occurs externally when the females release their eggs and the males release sperm over the egg masses. The fertilized egg masses are carefully collected and transferred to separate hatching tanks with circulating water and the correct oxygen levels. Within a few days, the eggs hatch into tadpoles. Once they mature into froglets, the young frogs are moved to larger rearing tanks or outdoor pond systems designed for growth to market size. Commercial frog feeds are commonly used on large-scale Chinese frog farms. These are specially formulated pelleted or extruded feeds containing a balanced mix of plant and animal-based proteins, vitamins, and minerals designed to meet the nutritional needs of growing frogs. Alternatively, some smaller farms, or those aiming for more sustainable practices, may utilize natural feeding methods that mimic the frog's diet in the wild. This includes providing live prey like insects, small fish, and invertebrates in dedicated foraging ponds. Chinese frog farmers typically harvest frogs when they reach full maturity. This is usually around 4 to 6 months of age, depending on the species of frog and the specific conditions of the farm. The frogs are considered ready for harvest when they have achieved optimal size and weight, which are determined by market demands and farm standards. For bullfrogs, Rana catusbayana, the main species farmed in China, harvesting usually begins when they're 3 to 4 months old. Edible frogs may be harvested slightly earlier, around 2 to 3 months of age. Harvesting often intensifies during periods of high demand, such as before major holidays or festivals. The Chinese Mid-Autumn Festival and Dragon Boat Festival are times when frog consumption traditionally increases. In southern China, where temperatures are warmer, harvesting can occur almost year-round. Farmers employ various methods for harvesting frogs, including net harvesting, the draining method, and manual catching. Net harvesting involves dragging large nets through ponds, typically in the early morning or late evening when frogs are less active. The draining method involves partially or fully draining ponds, causing frogs to gather in the remaining water or mud, where workers then collect them by hand or with nets. In smaller operations, manual catching is common, with workers wading through ponds at night with flashlights to catch frogs by hand or with small nets. Then, the frog's skin will be removed. The farmer starts by making a circular incision around the frog's neck, just behind the head. Then, they pull the skin down towards the legs, like removing a sock, and use scissors or a knife to cut off any remaining skin near the feet. Next, the farmer makes a shallow incision along the frog's belly and carefully removes all internal organs, ensuring the gallbladder is not ruptured. They then thoroughly rinse the body cavity with clean, cold water. Finally, the farmer cuts off the legs at the hip joint. Depending on market demands, they may keep only the hind legs or use the entire frog. Frog meat has gained popularity in global cuisine, expanding beyond its traditional strongholds in France, China, and Vietnam to capture interest in Western countries as an exotic delicacy. The flavor of frog meat is often described as mild and slightly sweet, reminiscent of chicken with subtle hints of fish. Its tender, delicate texture is similar to chicken wings, but with a finer grain. Some famous frog dishes from around the world are: frog legs are a delicacy enjoyed in various cuisines around the world. In French cuisine, they are often fried or sautéed in butter with garlic and parsley, showcasing their tender texture and mild flavor. Chinese cuisine features frog legs stir-fried with spices, garlic, ginger, and green onions, or deep-fried and served with a tangy dipping sauce, making them popular for both everyday meals and special occasions. In Italy, frog legs are typically sautéed with garlic, olive oil, white wine, and fresh herbs like rosemary and thyme, creating a simple yet flavorful dish. Frog porridge is a renowned dish in Singapore that has captured the hearts of locals and tourists alike. Originating from southern Chinese cuisine, particularly Cantonese cooking, frog porridge found its way to Singapore with early Chinese immigrants. Over time, it has evolved to suit local palates, becoming a distinctly Singaporean dish. The base of the dish is a silky smooth rice porridge, known as congee in English. The frog meat is typically stir-fried separately with a blend of aromatics, including ginger, garlic, and spring onions. It's then seasoned with soy sauce, Shaoxing wine, and sometimes a touch of sesame oil. The porridge is cooked separately from the frog meat. When served, a generous portion of the stir-fried frog is ladled over the hot porridge. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the world of frog farming. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay tuned for more captivating explorations into global farming practices. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep enjoying the wonders of our world's diverse cuisines.